Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the reaction for the next episode of Star Wars Andor. We're back with Cassian, or Keith, or whatever he's calling himself nowadays. So we last left off, Cassian had been locked up for 6 years in the factory facility for the Empire, and they were like making uh oh, what the hell they were making. It was like sort of like was it weapons or like casing type of things, but uh basically they had time had shifted while I was there because they said that there was like 30 shifts done, and then there was like more time where he was getting used to his job and getting used to the other inmates, although some of them I think uh, had gotten too much for them and they had taken their lives. We also had Bix returning, and Cassian's stepmother had injured herself trying to find a way into the hotel that the soldiers had taken over. So she was trying to find a way in so that they could the rebels could attack, and the episode ended with Bix being captured, and I'm assuming then she was going to be interrogated for Cassian's location. We also had uh, Fal or Vel, the and Cinta, the two that were working with Cassian on the robbery job. They were basically tracking Bix as well, trying to find out location because they're trying to find Cassian. So it's getting very interesting. Everybody's looking for Cassian, and he's already bloody locked up. So this episode is called Nobody's Listening. Hopefully you're all listening to me. But anyway, let's get stuck into it and see what's happening. We're going to have another time jump, or we're getting closer to Cassian's release. Hopefully. Anyway, let's see what happens. She never bloody smiled. Paris an Irish actor, so fair play.
I don't like wasting time. Thing is to assume that everything you've dragged to shore is a fish. I have colleagues who believe that's the prudent mindset in defense of the Empire.
Damn, you've looked better, Bix. What have they done to you?
So here's what we'll do, Bix. I'll tell you everything I know to be true, and in doing so, perhaps convince you to cooperate without intervention. As you now know, we brought in Salmon Park last night. We tracked him to a radio hidden in his yard and thought he might cooperate without encouragement. For a man with very little actual rebellious activity on his resume, he was remarkably resistant. And suddenly it's morning, and there we are. Wasting time. In the end, it was a very poor decision on his part. Park attended a separatist meeting 2 years ago in Johnborough where he met a woman who suggested that if he was serious about politics, he might like to act as liaison for Ferrix when he returned home. Less interested in generating political activity on Ferrix than she was in using your planet's unique commercial position to acquire stolen Imperial equipment. You're in my net, Biggs. Are you a fish or are you a thief? Seems a shame to end up on the carving board if your motivation here is just money. I prefer a conversation rather than put Dr. Gorst back to work. But that, for the moment, is entirely up to you.
You seem to enjoy this.
Going to tell me all about Cassian Andor and their relationship?
They don't have a relationship.
Of every single piece of stolen Imperial equipment you've passed along. Where it came from, who was bribed along the way, and where it is gone.
Signal. Sometimes he answers. He comes, he buys, he leaves.
6 face-to-face meetings. Your co-worker is killed trying to win your freedom. Andor and the buyer escape together. The worst thing you can do right now is bore me.
You're not gonna believe me anyway, are you?
It's a threat. Good luck.
What do you say, old timer?
Short timer.
Make a run for the win?
My hand. I might need some help.
What you owe?
Be 41 shifts tomorrow.
You are the next man out. You are the shortest of the short.
You man for them today? Always the next day, right?
You know the drill.
There's nothing intrinsically physical about this process, but we've had some early trials that were a bit chaotic. Officers monitoring the documentation, and they were found hours later huddled together in various states of emotional distress in a crawl space beneath the ship's bridge. We've taken the recordings and modified them slightly.
You'll want to be sure of that, Bix. That you're cooperating fully. It's repeat listenings that cause the most damage.
Tragedy. Two men back. Two weapons.
No boots.
I have a new idea. Don't wait. We attack while they're coming down. Now.
They'll just go back up.
No.
This is Unit 52D.
Shall we begin? When was the last time you spoke with Cassian Andor?
We just talked about this. He told you 2 minutes ago.
Do you think I don't want to win? Am I working or not? One rack up, ours to lose. What are you waiting for?
Opposition to the Emperor's new public safety legislation. Is there a more important issue facing this body right now than Imperial overreach? First responsibility is to the citizens who have sent us here. Our second vow is to protect the power and independence of this remarkable chamber.
What?
Your cousin?
At the embassy. She's there now.
Well, they said you'd want to know.
Something's wrong.
Whatever it is, they're taking their time about it.
What's going on? What are they saying?
I think it's level 2.
What was that?
What is that? It's nothing. Someone didn't load in. They are counting.
So they cut the power? Oh, read it!
Everybody calm down!
Something's really wrong on 2.
You haven't got a clue what they are saying. How many hands does it take for one word to get through up here?
It's a long way, Kino, yes, but you've got to...
Standing place, on program.
Where have you been?
Traveling.
6 months?
There's a lot to see. Rebellion comes first. We take what's left.
Tell me you're going home for a visit. They've been after me to find you.
You're one to worry about. Trapped here, boxed in.
Please tell me you're being careful.
Things are happening.
You never think about escaping?
You know I won't answer that.
I'll take that as a no. How many shifts do you have left?
217. You're on your own with this.
Why? You think they're listening? You think they care enough to make an effort? Melch is right. We're cheaper than droids and easier to replace.
Good luck to you.
You think they care what we say? Nobody's listening! Nobody's listening!
Colleen gave us a list of every piece of gear that came through Ferrix, and we think we've already got a match to a targeting unit recovered from a safe house operated by a rebel cell associated with Maya Pay. Andor returned to Ferrix 3 nights after Aldani with money in his pocket.
Couldn't that be from the sale of the Star Path?
Can't be.
They left it behind, right?
Question. Describe his appearance. Answer. He'd shaved his beard. The rebels at Aldani were clean-shaven.
An Aldani connection would certainly amplify interest. Let's follow that up.
You didn't question the mother?
I decided to wait.
Communicate.
If they are, we'll know. We're on her full time.
Leave the droid alone.
Have you heard?
What?
What happened to Unit 25?
We weren't told anything.
You're kidding.
They don't know about it.
They were fried out.
They're all gone.
Cisco.
Here they were making trouble.
On program.
We set them all free.
Program!
We need to be careful. The less they think we know, the better.
It's a rumor. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not. We have heard nothing.
All that time away on Morlana. What if I'd let your neglect drive me insane? Imagine that. Look back just months ago, when you could easily ignore me.
I've been promoted.
Uncle Harlow will be so pleased.
I love her.
Today,
Yes, the pilgrimage.
find yourself a husband?
Wasn't on my list of things to do.
Well, you need a widower at this point.
You remember Tay Colmer?
I do. Mother's old boyfriend.
What? Is that something you've told her?
The key word is old.
Tay Colmer.
Money.
Is that all it is?
I don't have enough to worry about.
Done, Val. We've chosen a side. We're fighting against the dark. We're making something of our lives.
Oh, fuck, she's gonna kill him.
Zero Karn.
I know who you are. I had nothing to do with it.
Well, my boss seems to think that you did.
We simply gave you a clean bill of health. Have you been waiting out here?
Yes. And it's not that easy to thank you for what you did and what you're doing. And to follow on and try to follow on the conversation we had last month.
That wasn't a conversation. You were brought in for questioning. Do you have any idea how much trouble you're in right now?
I thought I had ruined my life. I thought I was done. After meeting you and discovering you understood how dangerous Cassian Andor was and just...
Alright, Cyril,
worth
Jesus.
clinging to.
I could have you arrested. You're aware of that.
I want what you want.
I have already given you a second chance. You come near me again, you pursue any of this, and I swear I'll have you in a cage on the Outer Rim.
There you are. Just came in. They picked up a rebel pilot an hour ago.
From our target list?
No, random, but he's using a stolen Imperial masking unit.
One of ours?
Well, Corv is checking, but...
Time. I'll interrogate remotely. Good work. Go.
If I had that much sitting around, I wouldn't have burdened you. How much trouble am I in?
There's no trouble at all unless they scan the accounts. We need a Chandrilan banker with treasury relationships and a book of business that's incomprehensibly huge. Davos Cullen.
He is not a banker. He's a thug.
The wealthiest thug of them all.
Don't tell me you've spoken to him already.
He wants to meet you. He wants to meet here.
That should be fun.
Davos Cullen here, you must be joking.
He flashed an Imperial profile for a moment, then vanished. They thought it was odd and pursued.
Any chance he radioed home before they got him?
He swears he didn't. He thought he'd get away.
This was the Dr. Gorst interview.
Yes, sir. Confidence is high. He got the pilot talking almost immediately.
Krieger's group, he was picked up at a customs check. We don't think Krieger knows he's gone missing yet. He's telling us there's a raid planned on the power station at Spellhouse.
Where was he heading?
On his way to Kafrene.
They'll count him missing soon enough.
Have the pilot found dead in the cockpit. What would happen?
They'd have to find it, but they'd tow it into Kafrene.
If we did it quickly, staged it properly, let it drift into traffic.
Make it so top priority, quickly and carefully we leave no trace.
Something's gonna happen. This doesn't look well.
In position.
Table 2 takes the shift by 6 racks and 3. Table 1 in the box.
Cover him.
Inmates on program. Program in place. Low yield tables in position.
We're ready. Come on. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. 1, 2, 3. Hang in there, Ralph. You've only got a few shifts left. Then you're going home.
I haven't seen you for a while.
I haven't gone anywhere.
His name's Olaf.
I've seen him before.
You can't save him.
Nothing to save. He's had a massive stroke. I need a bag and a trolley.
It's coming.
He's lucky. He'll pass peacefully, which is more than I can say for the rest of us.
What happened on level 2? You want to keep your men in line. Hold him. He's passed. They made a mistake. A man who was just released on 4 ended up back on 2 the next day. Word got out on the floor and then they killed them all.
You need those other men there.
No one's getting out, are they? Not now. Not after this.
How many guards on each level?
Never more than 12.
So, another interesting episode. Bit of a sad note at the end there. Just, I got sort of lost for words. Just with Olaf passing. Just, and I sensed it in the last episode. That it just looked that he was really struggling, and I felt that in this episode something was going to happen. Either he was going to make a mistake that that the soldiers picked up on, or something would happen, and it ended up being that he ended up having a stroke. But even more of the revelation there, obviously, the fact that, you know, Kano kept saying, you know, we've only got so many days on our settings until we're free, and then basically the revelation that nobody's free. You know, once you're released, you're basically thrown back in on another floor to start over again. So it'll be interesting how things go with that. Obviously as well, we got more of Bix, and whatever they've done to her, then they basically got the information they needed. I'm wondering who the pilot is that was captured. Was that possibly Luthen? Because obviously it was mentioned the name Krieger, who he mentioned in the previous episode to Saw Gerrera. So I wonder if he's been captured. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next episode with that. It looks like Cyril's got a bit of a crush on the female officer. I keep forgetting what her name is. But dear God Almighty, we'll have to see what happens with that. I was waiting for whenever she was alone in her office. I was waiting for him to like appear outside the window, like knocking on the fucking window, trying to say something to her. But we'll just have to see what happens with that. But very interesting episode. I'm assuming now, obviously, there was a point there in the episode Cassian was trying to calculate something. He was like in the toilets of the bathroom sawing at something. So was he trying to break something so the officers will have to come down and check it? So I'm assuming the next episode will be they're gonna try and capture one of the officers and get weapons so they can make a break for it. But geez, if I remember from the last episode, each factory is like an island that's like surrounded by water, so unless it can get hold of like a ship or they make a dive and swim for it. Actually, it reminds me a bit of that the movie Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Whenever he tries to escape the prison, then it's surrounded by water and he has to end up diving off into the water. So I wonder if we're going to get something like that in the next episode. But yeah, I very enjoyed that, and it's nice to see more of obviously connection with Mon Mothma and Fel. So I'll be wondering what happens with her. I mean, obviously I don't think she was in any of the movies like Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, so I'm wondering if something going to happen with her that ends up forcing Mon Mothma to be more direct in joining the rebels. But we'll just have to see. But anyway, like the video and drop a comment below what you thought of this episode and what you thought of the series so far. Really enjoying it, you know. As I said, it is, in a way, it's sort of bittersweet when you know what the final outcome is for Cassian, obviously with Rogue One. But I'm enjoying the build up to it, and hopefully the finale will then basically link into that movie. But we'll just have to see. But anyway, subscribe to the channel, it'll be very much appreciated, and I will see you again for a reaction to the next episode. Take care, see you again.